Hello, welcome to Stretch, Lengthen, and Release, the recording. Thank you so much for y'all's patience as I'm in this little transition and just joining you with pre-recorded classes every week. But as always, it is a wonderful opportunity to just show up for you guys. So the class today is all about subtle movements. We've done a lot of these before. We have worked a lot on our lower body of late, so we're going to give a little bit of TLC to our upper body, but I just know that some of you might still be feeling some lower body tension and tightness, so I'm going to make this a full body class, but still staying a load in our shoulders, keeping with the theme of kind of pulsing a little bit into some of our movements and then holding that last final one for 30 seconds or so. So to begin, let's lie down on our mat, begin to connect inward with our breath, our body, and our mind. Have some blocks near you just on the off chance that you might need them. And as you make your way down to your mat, take some time to take a full body scan, tucking your shoulder blades underneath, really allow the chest to open, feet fan open, hands rest down by your side, palms facing up if you're truly surrendering in, or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly to bring some awareness, attention, and energy back into your body. And depending how you feel, just connecting deep in from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. And maybe with your eyes closed, let's go ahead and set an intention for our practice. Maybe it's a dedication to someone or something, an inner mantra that you're working on, whatever it is for you, let it fill your body completely. Let it be something you can draw on throughout the rest of the class, both on and off the mat as well. And we'll begin to take some full body movements on your inhale. Take your hands back behind you, deep long body stretch, point your toes to the front of your mat. Sink in on that exhale, one more deep stretch, inhale. And exhale, walk this over to the right side, crossing your left ankle on top, grabbing a hold of that left wrist, gently tugging to the right. Inhale, come back through center. And on your exhale, take this over to the left. Cross your right ankle on top, grab a hold of that right wrist, gently pulling to the left. Inhale, come back through center. And on your exhale, hug your knees into your chest, bring your forehead to your knees, release your cervical spine. And inhale, lower the head down, take your hands to your knees. And we'll begin to draw some big circles with those knees to all four corners of the room. Allow the toes to break apart as those hips feel nice and warm. One more circle as our knees come back together, gently switch directions. Notice that subtle change as you do. And one more circle, bringing the knees back together one more time. On your inhale, lengthen the left leg long, keep that right leg tucked in. On your exhale, moving into a supine twist, bring your right knee across your left. Right arm opens up, gaze follows. On your inhale, bring your right knee back into the chest and switch, lengthen your right leg. Inhale, exhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Give it a nice little squeeze, gentle compression. I'll take this on the other side. Exhale, supine twist. Bringing the left knee as far as you can across the right side body. Outstretch that left arm, gaze follows. A gentle gaze looking at that left middle finger. Next inhale, bring that left knee back in towards your chest. We'll lengthen our left leg on that inhale to meet the right. Take a full body stretch. And on your exhale, walk your heels to your sit bones. Allow your arms to fan down by your side. Knees facing the ceiling. We'll gently take some windshield wipers, looking in the opposite direction of those knees. If you need to take your arms a little wider, give your legs a little bit more room. Just rolling over those glutes. And we'll take one more on each side, making sure that you're nice and even. And once you're even, bringing the knees back to center. And we'll take some bridge flows before we hold on our inhale, taking our hands back behind, lifting up our hips, engaging the glutes. On our exhale, slowly lower down, arms follow, resting by our side. Inhale, lifting up, hands travel back behind us, lifting up into our bridge pose. Engage those glutes at the top, squeeze those inner thighs, and exhale, we'll slowly lower. Taking this one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. From here, we'll lift and hold. On our next inhale, lifting up into our bridge posture. You can take your hands here since we are holding, resting them down by your side, or fully back behind you into a little bit more of a glute bridge shoulder stand. Since we'll rock back on the shoulders with our hands back behind. Squeeze and engage those inner thighs. Squeeze and engage those glutes. Keep yourself lifted. Engage that core and breathe as always. And exhale, slowly lower down. Allow those hands to rest. From here, hug your knees in
chest briefly. Bring your forehead to your knees. Inhale, lower your head down as well as those heels. We'll take a supine butterfly. Bottoms of the feet together. Knees open up to the side of the room. Remember to tuck those shoulder blades underneath. Really allow and maintain that nice open chest. Hands can come one to your heart, one to your belly. Come back into your intention for your practice. Nice opportunity as we hold this stretch to tune into your body and your mind and the purpose of you showing up on your mat. On your inhale, release. Slowly draw those knees together and we'll roll to our left side, taking a breath there. And then we'll complete our movement sitting up on that next inhale, finding a comfortable sit. Since you may have blocks nearby, you're welcome to have a comfortable sit on top of that block, making sure the hips are higher than the knees, just to release a little bit of tension in that psoas and hip flexor. Your choice entirely. Roll those shoulder blades back and away. We'll begin to open up our neck briefly on the exhale. Tuck the chin to your chest. Let your head hang heavy. And on our inhale, we'll take our left ear, left shoulder, left hand rests on top of the head. And you're welcome to walk those right fingertips to the outside of your mat. Breathing deeply into this right side. On your exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Allow that left hand to float down by your side. We'll take this on the other side. Inhale your right ear, right shoulder, right hand can rest on top of the head, and walk those left fingertips to the outside of your mat this time. Again, feeling a nice lovely stretch from the ear to the shoulder. And on your exhale, tuck that chin back to your chest. Allow the right hand to float down. And inhale, lift up our head. Roll those shoulder blades back and away for 3, for 2. And last one. Opening up your chest nice and proud. Take 2 breaths here. One last breath. And on our exhale, we'll make our way into our box. Moving into some cat-cows next. Inhale, belly sinks down, shoulder blades go back and away. On our exhale, we use our cat spine. And inhale, cow. Flowing with your breath. Holding as it feels good, finding mobility throughout the spine. Openness in the chest, the core, the back. We'll take one more complete breath. Coming back up to a neutral spine. From here, we'll take thread the needles with the upper body. So from here, on your inhale, lift that right arm. On your exhale, leave it underneath. As you do, you're floating the left fingertips forward, dropping that chest down, or making a flow out of this first. So inhale, presses back up, lift that right arm where we came from. On our exhale, weaves into this baby twist. Right arm on your left. Next inhale, float back up. And exhale, weave, drop down. Inhale, come back up. And this next one we hold on our exhale, leaving that right arm underneath, reach that left arm, drop the head, holding here. Finding your breath, you can keep the hips high or drop them all the way down if that feels good. Noticing where it changes, the stretch in your shoulder and your arm, most importantly. On your next inhale, press yourself back up, lift that right arm, finish that inhale, and exhale, swing that right arm back down to your box. So let's take this flow on the left side. On your inhale, lift your left arm high. On your exhale, leave it underneath, walk those right fingertips forward, drop the head down. We'll flow this first. Inhale, rise back up, lift that left arm. On your exhale, leave it under, walk those right fingertips forward, drop that left shoulder. Inhale back, and exhale, thread the needle, drop down. This next one we hold, inhale, come back, and exhale, left arm swings under, drop that head down, reach those right fingertips forward, option to keep the hips high or lower them all the way down. On your inhale, lift back up, finish that inhale, lifting the left arm high, and on your exhale, drop it back down to your box. Taking a final balance next. Now that we're a little warm in both our hips and our shoulders, lengthen that right leg on your inhale, toes point down. Once you're nice and steady, add that left arm that points up. Engaging the core, the glute, the hamstring, the back of that left arm. And on your exhale, drop that left hand. Keep that right leg lifted. Inhale, and exhale, step into the top of your mat, shift that weight forward. Exaggerate that lunge as best as possible. Begin to open up, as always, the left psoas and hip flexor.
Seems like regardless what I do every week, for some reason, even though I feel like I always introduce this posture, it always feels needed. So I hope it feels needed for you too. Planting that left hand down on the inside of the right toes on our inhale. Pull lift the right arm. On our exhale, drop it back down. Frame the foot. Inhale. Exhale, drop it back down. Inhale. Exhale, frame the foot. One more time. Inhale. From here, option to stay here. You can reach back behind you. Grab a bind to open up the quad. Or you can reach it forward and feel a little stretch in the shoulder, kind of exploring what feels good. You can also take this rainbow, hold for a breath, and then flow forward. And rainbow the hand back for a nice bind. You get to choose, it's your practice. On your inhale, review all right arm reaches back up to the ceiling. Exhale, take it to the outside of those right toes. Step that right foot back long, inhale, and exhale, drop it back down to your box. And we'll take this on the other side. On your inhale, lengthen that left leg long, toes point down. One long line of energy. And then once you're nice and stable, add that right arm, thumb points up. On your exhale, drop that right arm down, keep the left leg lifted, inhale, and exhale, step it to the top of your neck, shift that weight forward, exaggerate that lunge, allow the right hip to open. And from here, firmly planting into your mat with that right hand. On your inhale, lift the left arm. On your exhale, plant the left arm back down. Inhale, lift and twist, open. Exhale, fold over that knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left hand back down. This next one we hold. Inhale, the left arm high. On your exhale, you're welcome to take a bind, bringing those right toes towards the sit bones, opening up that quad, or you can revolve this forward and then reach the fingertips forward, keep it open. Of exploring or holding for a few breaths, making a nice little rainbow arch as you do, then making this into a flow. And whatever you're doing, making sure you sink in and follow your breath, tuning into your own body and how it feels. On your inhale, lift your left arm back high. On your exhale, take it to the outside of those left toes. Extend those left toes, inhale.
And exhale back into your box.
Move into a couple more cat-cows. On your inhale, belly sinks down, shoulder blades relax away. On your exhale, into that hand. Inhale, open up that heart. Exhale, cat. One more time, inhale, open that chest. Exhale, cat. If you do have a block, you're welcome to take this variation. We're going to shift those hips back into our child's pose, but if you'd like to grab a block to rest those hands on top. Allow more space to rest the hands, but what you're also doing is rolling those shoulder blades together, opening up that chest. And breathe into your ribcage. You can take traditional child pose or wide leg. Two more breaths. On your inhale, gently begin to press yourself back up into that box. Shift your weight side to side, make sure you're nice and stable and even. And we'll take one more flow on your inhale, lengthen that right leg long. Add that left arm back into your spiral balance.
Walking away, your words are lost on me. It's taking
on your exhale, drop that left hand down. Keep the right leg lifted. Inhale. Exhale, step it to the top of your mat. From here, rise right on up to that right knee. Option to float those hands high, 2 breaths. And on our exhale, we'll kickstand our left leg back behind us, opening up into our modified warrior 2. Open up the hands nice and wide. Shoulder blades go back and away, parallel to the long side of our mat. And we'll flow this here. Inhale, shift that weight forward. Exhale, come back to our warrior 2. Inhale, float forward. Exhale, comes back to warrior 2. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, shift to hold. You're welcome to take a block here. Rest your hand down. If you'd like, you can also rest it to your knee. Taking a moment here. And exhale, shift back to your warrior 2. From here, side angle, exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches high. And you're going to reach it over to really open up and expand our ribcage. On our exhale, close back to our warrior 2. And exhale, cartwheel, and free those right toes. Kickstand that left leg back long behind you. Step that right leg back long. 3-legged box. And exhale, drop this right knee down into your box. So we'll take this on the other side. Inhale, lengthen your left leg long. Once you're nice and steady, add that right arm. On your exhale, drop that right hand down. Step those left toes to the top of your mat. runner's lunge, and inhale, rise up to that knee. And add the arms overhead. From here, kickstand that right toe back behind you, coming into our warrior two, fan over the arms, long airplane arms, parallel to the front of your mat, gaze over that front left middle finger. And we will flow our warrior two, shifting our weight forward. Inhale, exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press back. This next one will hold. Inhale, shift forward. You're welcome to find a block. Place it on the inside of your left foot just to support some of the weight, or you can have it on that left knee if that feels good as well. Exhale, pressing back to our warrior two. And side angle on your inhale, drop that left hand down, reach that right arm. You can also, again, have that block underneath for support. And we'll reach those right fingertips over our ear towards the front of the room. Inhale, right arm comes back high. Exhale, back to your warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, extend that kickstand back behind you. And inhale, extend that left leg long. And exhale, drop the left toes down back into your box. From here, we'll have a nice seat, so cross those ankles behind you. Roll into a seat, extend those legs out, give them a nice little shake. And since we're here, we'll open up our hamstrings into a nice Paschimottanasana. Inhale, peace fingers high. On your exhale, peace fingers to the big toes. Keep that chest and thigh connection, reach that heart forward. And begin to walk those heels forward, getting some more depth into those hamstrings. On your inhale, go ahead and step yourself back up, give your legs a nice little shake. From here, fingertips facing away from us, we'll walk our heels about halfway towards our sit bones. Just to begin to do a nice little shoulder stretch or rock. On our inhale, lift up our hips. Exhale, press the hips towards our heels. Dropping those hips down, getting a nice little stretch in the shoulder. And just to maintain the theme of this movement flow, on our inhale, lift up, press back, drop those hips down, back into that neutral starting position. So inhale, lift up the hips, exhale, shift them forward, drop them down to meet the heels. And inhale, lift, press back in the middle. Inhale, lift the hips, exhale, shift. Get a nice little shoulder stretch. Inhale, lift. Press those hips back to the center. This next one we hold. If you'd like to take this a little bit further, you can walk those heels further. Inhale, lift. Exhale as far as you can go, drop those hips. Begin to open up the shoulders and the arms.
Take a gentle bend in those elbows and inhale, lift up the hips, press them back. From here, we'll give ourselves a nice little bear hug, bringing the knees in. And on our exhale, press the back of our spine back behind us. See if we can wedge that forehead between our chest and knees. And inhale, lift up. From here, we'll take our feet extended forward for a nice little stack position. So fingertips facing those knees. Roll those shoulder blades back and away. Flex those toes to the shins. Engage the quads. Chest lifts high. And breathe. Inhale, relax, we'll walk our heels, cross our ankles, locate a block if you need, and we'll take a wide leg forward fold. Opening up your legs wider than your mat, taking a block in between if you need. Scoot that flesh away so you're really rooted down on your mat. Flex those toes towards the shins. Engage the quads. I try to say both at the same time. Once you've got that nice stable base, from here, inhale, grow that heart and nice and proud, nice and tall spine. And exhale, leading with your heart, begin to fold towards that block. As always, as we hold some stretching postures, it's nice to tune not only back into our breath, reminding ourselves of that importance, but also our intention. We came here for class, so really taking a moment to tune back into that. And on our inhale, gently press ourselves up. Keep the legs where they are. We're going to take our block over to the left side. And on our exhale, drop our left forearm onto our blocks or wherever we want to place the block so that our elbow isn't pressing into the block. It's close enough to our hip. And on our inhale, lift that right arm. And then reach it overhead. As you reach, maybe you want to scoot that block a little bit further down the leg. You can grab the inside of your knee to begin to twist that heart open to the ceiling. On your inhale, begin to flow back up from here. So we'll lift the block over to our right side. Again, starting closer to the hip just so we can get that forearm rested comfortably on top. Inhale the left arm. As you feel nice and warm, you can begin to scoot that block down, deepen into the side stretch. Grab a hold of that inner thigh or calf to begin to lengthen and twist that heart up towards the ceiling. Next inhale, begin to flow this back up into your wide leg. We'll remove that block, place it off to the side, and from here come into our butterfly.
Bottoms of the heels in. The closer they are, the more we are working on our inner thighs, further away, tucking the hands underneath. Can open up a little bit more of those outer hips. Take the butterfly that best suits you at this moment, and on that exhale, begin to fold down. On your inhale, gently begin to unbind for a butterfly. Take your hands together, cross those knees together. Shimmy around on your mat to extend the legs forward. Give them a nice little shake. And then lower all the way down until your head and shoulders are relaxed on your mat one more time. And from here on your inhale, walk the knees towards your sit bones. We'll lengthen up our legs to the ceiling and just give them a nice little shake as if we're pedaling out. Make sure we have like nice little loose toes and ankles as well, kind of releasing any tension in the legs. We don't do this often, but I love to do it in the morning. Kind of shake awake the legs, any stagnant energy, anything we haven't stretched and let go of. And then on your exhale, drop those heels down. From here, cross that right ankle over the left. We'll thread the needle, hug that figure four into our chest. Opening up that outer right hip. On your inhale, place and plant that left foot to the sit bones, unravel the right. We'll take this on the other side. Cross that left ankle, making a nice figure four with our right knee. And on our exhale, bring our right knee into our chest. Threading the needle, hands through the legs and around the back of the knee or the front. Bringing that right knee as close as we can to our chest. And from here, on your next inhale, slowly drop that right heel, unravel the left. One more time to take those legs up to the ceiling. Loosen those ankles.
ankles and give them a nice little shake. And from here, we'll slowly lengthen the legs back down to our mat. Into our Shavasana, allowing the feet to fan open, tuck the shoulder blades underneath one more time. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly to bring some energy and light back into your body. Come back to your breath. And also take a moment to connect and honor the intention that you set for your practice. And as you lay here and you're taking a full body scan, coming back to that intention, coming back to your breath, see if there's anything else that you need that I haven't offered that you'd like to do to close out your practice. You're welcome to find a happy baby, a shoulder stand, another bridge. You're welcome to come into a supine butterfly, a supine twist. Maybe you're good here, whatever it is. The beautiful thing is actually creating some connection with our body so we know if there's anything else that's missing. Maybe you did a lot of yard work this week and so something needs a little bit more TLC than I've guided you to. So please take the time to honor that for your body. And then when you're ready, coming back to stillness, I always say this is one of the most important postures of our class, to allow our body to assimilate all we've done, but how often do we get to just rest and relax? So give yourself some extra time to do so. And whenever you're ready to find some movement, to wake up your body, do so kindly, do so slowly, wiggling the fingers, the toes, hugging your knees to your chest, rocking side to side, rolling to that left side once more before you press yourself up to a comfortable sit and join me in closing out our practice. There's no rush. You can still listen to these cues while you lie down. Inhale, taking our hands high. On our exhale, bringing our prayer hands down through our third eye center, down to our heart center, place of love and connection. From this place of deep love, I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to guide you through your practice. I hope from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes, you feel loosened, lightened, and ready to take on the rest of your day. And wherever you are on your mat at this point in time, I hope that your body feels warm and enlightened and the joy of yoga. So thank you for joining me. The light within me honors, acknowledges, and celebrates the beautiful light in all of you. Namaste.